Okay, now today we're going to take a little bit of time off of math, and we're going to talk about something that is going on right now, and something that some of y'all, 80% of y'all, will take advantage of, and 20% of y'all with LA disorder will not. Okay, and that is pre-advising. And pre-advising is when you go by and get an appointment with your advisor and you get unlocked for advising. Now, the reason I go through this is because of the 20% LA disorder. I try to stress to them how important it is to do this, because 80% of y'all do it and I don't have to tell you to do it. First thing you do is you pull up, go to, is it Get Ready, wherever Starfish is? Yeah. I think it's under Get Connected. Yeah. Get Connected, and I'll show you how to do that. And to Starfish. Now, if you look under your Get Connected tab, under Get Connected, there it is. You can also get through it, you can also get through it via Blackboard, but I don't use Blackboard, so I don't know how to get through Blackboard. I think it's on the left-hand side somewhere. Right-hand side. Log into Starfish. When you log into Starfish, it's going to be your account, and then it's going to say advising appointments or advising. When I click in it, it looks like this. Eventually, it'll come up, and it'll have my appointment. So I go here, go to appointments, and if you'll look there. There's places you can add an appointment for what? Pre-advising. Now, I'm not your advisor. Some of you I am, some of you I'm not. But the whole point is, make sure you go to your, I can't talk. Make sure you go into your Starfish, and it'll know who your advisor is. Well, let's say you don't know who your advisor is. Well, if you don't know who your advisor is, you go to Get Connected, or let's see, Get Set. Hold on, let me find it for you. Here it is. Right here. Somewhere over here, Academic Advisor. View information about academic advising. Identify my academic advisor. I want everybody to know how to get there. You go under Get Set, and it's under number 3, and it says, it is number 3, under number 3. Identify my academic advisor. Okay, so everybody knows how to find it. Miss Bennett, you know who your advisor is? Yeah. Who is it? It should be me, right? Cheer up, Miss Bennett. All right. She's saying to herself, oh God, I got to go talk to him again. Miss Bennett, how many maths you taking under me now? How many maths? 2? Miss Bennett's going to be a dadgum math teacher. All right. So, you go to Starfish and you find your time and you sign up for a time. Now we're going to talk about etiquette. If you sign up for a time and something happens, do you just gaff it off and say, what the heck? I just want notes. No. You go back on there and you cancel it. It'll send an email to your advisor, and your advisor will go, okay, she'll sign up or he'll sign up for another time. And that's what they're thinking. So if you cancel. If you don't, then that's just going to piss off the advisor. And then when you do come, the advisor is going to be pissed off because they remember names, okay? And don't be surprised if they're kind of snippy at you because you didn't set them up 1 time or 2 times. 4, then talk about what you're going to take. Don't go in there with a DA attitude. Don't go in there, I didn't advise. Okay, What you thinking about taking? Oh no. Those people you want to take a bat to, all right? The Patrick Starfish thing don't work, all right? This is college. You are adults. You're not supposed to walk around like you're in the fog. And I'm not talking about y'all, I'm just talking about students in general. I give this speech to every one of my classes. Yes, ma'am.
Just want to throw something out there.
Uh-huh.
Because I have lots of problems with advising last semester.
Uh-huh.
When we have advisors and telling us we gotta take all this stuff, that's not in our course description,
I'll-
that we signed up for, what do we do?
I'll get into that in just a minute. But I'll get into that. Believe me, I've heard them all. I've heard nightmares of advisors. I've heard advisors that suck, advisors that don't want to see you, advisors that set you up. And if that happens, there's only so much I can tell you because I'm in one division. All right. As far as the college transfer program, you can call 646-1428 and tell them either you need to change your advisor or you need to ask about what your advisor is telling you. Now, each division has one of those numbers. If you're in the nursing division, you need to find that number and call that number. If you're in the IT division, you need to call the IT department and find out what their number is to change advisors or to ask about advisors. Anything having to do with your advisor, each division has a number to call. I can only give you my number because that's the only one that I'm part of. I'm part of the college transfer, which means associate in science, associate in arts. If you're transferring to another college, then that's the number you need to call to ask about your advisor, okay, or to change advisors. Now, as far as math goes, and I'm going to give you this just like I'll give you all mine. There is Math 101, Math 102. From what I hear, they are two terrible maths now. I used to not be. I don't know what's going on. It's not being studied. Sure. Math 110, Math 111, Math 140, and 141, and so on. I'm just going to call that Calc 1 because this is kind of like Algebra 1. This is kind of like Algebra 2. This is kind of like Algebra 3 and 4. And of course, this is college trig. And this is Calc 1. And then after Calc 1, you take Calc 2, Calc 3, Calc 4. And this is for an engineering track. Engineering and sciences. Engineering and sciences. And then you got a branch off of 102 up here. 103 and 120. And that's for your liberal arts majors, and that's for your nursing majors, and for, it depends on your degree and what that degree wants from you. We'll discuss that in just a minute. Because I know a lot of you are nursing majors, and I know you're not engineering majors, so just take a chill pill for a minute. Math 109, Math
incoming message
130, Math 230. And this is your business calculus and business math for business marketing, business management, marketing, all those majors. Now, most of you are going this route right here because you're already in 103. Duh. Now, most people, you got 2 or 3 types of students. You got one student that likes to take math and science because they're math and science people. They love math and science in high school, and they take it. There are people like that. All right. Then there's other people that take math and 103, and that's all they need. So that's all they're going to take, and they put a a cross around there and they hold their cross up whenever somebody mentions a math or a science class.
Incoming message.
And then you got the student that don't really care, and they'll take a math or they'll take an English or whatever. Now the whole point is you have to know your degree program. So you need to go by and get a Clemson catalog or a Tri-County Tech catalog, and you have to read. Thank you. You have to read, and you have to say, okay, I'm an associate in science major, I'm a nursing major, okay, I need to take this, and this. Like math 103, and it says another college transfer math. Okay, I know, some of them are.
My advisor strongly advised against taking this class. She wanted me to go straight into this.
Well, she don't know if she teaches math. No, she don't.
I know, just letting you know.
Okay, I know that. The reason they say that is because they don't know the math. Two sections in here are the same math. Two sections in this class is the same as two sections in this class. So technically, you're taking two different sections and two separate sections in this class. So one's not a prereq to the other. And you got a bunch of teachers that shouldn't be teaching period teaching it, and all these students go back to the advisor and say, oh, this is terrible, this is terrible, this is terrible. So the advisor, the nursing advisor or the history advisor, whatever, says, don't take 103. And that's where that comes from. But
I don't understand 120. They kept trying to make you take 120.
Yeah. Now,
120, and I had to ask permission to take.
Yeah.
And I had to get my own off.
Miss Bennett's got a story to tell too. Miss Bennett, they basically told her what'd they tell you? That you just, you couldn't do anything. Yeah. And I think you're going to take college algebra next, aren't you? Or you want to? Good. The whole point is, what is college transfer math? Well, I'm going to take my green highlighter and I'm going to mark the college transfer math that's not unspeakably difficult. Okay? College transfer. College transfer. College transfer. College transfer. And then, of course, anything below those are college transferable too, but you got to take this one before you can want it. Take this one. So you have nursing students, those that are listening, you have 4 classes to choose from that are college transferable. Now, why did they not tell you to take these 2? Well, these 2 are both algebra what? 3 and 4. Most students that come out of high school only take what? 2 algebras. And that's why they tell you to go take these. Because now, some nursing programs say Math 103 and Math 120. And then some programs say a college transfer math or 2 college transfers math.
That's what they say here, because they say UC, and then a college transfer math. They don't specify 103 or 109.
Well, one of the reasons they don't specify 103 is because 103 was made up by Clemson, watered down so students could pass it. And of course, if Clemson offers it, then what does Tri-County have to do? We have to offer it, but does that mean Anderson College offers it? Exactly. So that's why they kind of shy away from the 103, because the only people that know about 103 technically is Clemson. Now, there are other courses, there's other colleges, and what you do is when you transfer 103 into the college, let's say College of Sumter, okay? And you go to College of Sumter and you say, I took this class then the math department head there at Sumter will look over the CACs, which is catalog for 103, and say, okay, this looks like our 122. And they'll give you credit for whatever they think it's worth. But that's not what? Guaranteed. At Clemson, it's guaranteed that you're going to do 103 because they're the conceivers of 103. I don't know what they call it up there. But it's the second course after 120. Okay? So that's kind of now English-wise and all this other stuff, I have no idea. That's why you need to speak to your advisor. English is pretty much open. Once you get English 101 and 102, you can take any English you want to after that, or speech. That's pretty open. Science is pretty, it's like this. You gotta take certain sciences, and you can't take one science before you take the other. So it's stair step, and it's guarded, it's gate guarded. In other words, you can't take math 111. You can't take physics 122 unless you take physics 121. So it's guarded. But English is pretty much open, and all your humanities and social science is pretty much open. So what you have to keep your eye on is math and science. Okay? What is your degree? Your degree says, huh? What does it say math-wise? 120 and 103? Does it say anything after that? Okay. So,
It just says 120 and then the university.
yeah. Now, a lot of my students, they take the 120 and then they take the 110.
That's probably what I'm gonna do.
Mhm.
I would
Just in
actually,
case, because I know 110 will go across the board.
Yeah, it will.
If I go to USC.
Yeah.
Or college of Georgia or wherever to get to carry up the BSc.
Yeah, the college algebra and the math 109 and the math 120, those are generic. They'll pretty much transfer anywhere.
And plus,
Where are you going to transfer?
I'm going to
So you don't have anything to worry about. But if there's a question like her, then you need to take 110, and the math 109 is kind of in the same boat of 103, but when the 109 came out, I'll tell you why the 109 came out, it's because people in business couldn't handle the 110 and the 111 right. So Columbia decided, let's have another another track for the business. Because, and Mr. Harvell will agree with me, back a long time ago, there were no other maths. It was just that track right there, and people either did it or they what? They didn't. But that goes along with having a trophy. You know, working hard and getting a trophy. Not supposed to do that. We're supposed to give everybody what? So then we started breaking off so everybody could get a trophy.
And another thing to think about, if you are good at math,
Yeah.
like good at English or good at whatever.
Don't take the things you're not good at.
No, I'm just saying, if you put the extra,
Yeah.
for your GPA, take
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh, whatever you're good at.
I'm not gonna go for the English 102, just for English 102, she's a bitch.
Yeah.
She is
Okay, tell us how you really feel.
menopausal or something for the sake, 1 week I can turn in something.
And you make an A, the next week you flunk.
The next week I can turn in the same thing. I'm close to like plagiarizing something just to see what she would do.
Yeah, and then all the world falls apart when that happens.
I don't even think she would catch it, because I don't think she reads.
Yes.
I was going to suggest you got to take any more English is what I did after 102. I'm British literature right now. It's not bad. Just reading, it's not right there.
See, that's my problem, is I've never had a problem with English. I've always had A's, B's, and English, and she is just.
I would suggest finding another teacher.
Yeah,
That's what I would suggest.
That's for you.
Well, you have to retake it. I read that one. I took it.
I mean, I'm okay. I don't think I'm going to say it. It's just pissing me off.
I don't know. I don't know if that's her or not. I'm not going to say.
Who?
You can ask because you're a student. So you can
Celeste
ask.
Davis. Don't take her online from this class.
Who?
Celeste Davis.
I don't know.
She works from home. She doesn't have an office
Mhm.
or she takes scheduling with home because she's not on campus. Any of them.
You ought to suggest that she's good to be with. Okay, who else has got questions about anything? Because this is what you need to be thinking about as you go. Now,
I may have taken some classes. You have to make them a couple of times, or you just have to do it.
after you get, this is what I used to do as a student, but I don't know how it works now. Financial aid is federal government. So you have to go behind them and make sure, because they don't care if they screw you over or not. And I don't mean Tri-County, I mean just financial aid, period. If you're at Clemson, you do the same thing. Whenever you sign up for classes, and the sign-up date for classes is, somebody tell me, the 10th, March 10th? March 10th, you need to get all this taken care of before March 10th, because March 10th at 8 a.m., what's gonna open up?
Classes.
The classes. And you need to be getting on at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock.
I'll
And start.
10:45.
Yep, and start. After you sign up for 3 or 4 classes, whatever you're gonna take, you take that, print the schedule out, you call financial aid, or you go down there and say, look, I'm scheduled for the summer. I just wanted to make sure somebody knows that I'm scheduled for the summer, because now that's what I used to have to do.
Don't go to the financial aid office.
Why?
Do not go up to those windows. They will,
They'll rake you out.
well,
How do you supposed to?
you have to get to the students, whatever the center is. I'm like,
Okay.
but if you call financial aid, you get somebody in that office.
Mhm.
But if you go to those windows, which I don't understand why they don't put blinds so
Mhm.
that you don't think
Yeah, they're
they're
open.
available, because you're sitting right there behind the windows. But used to be, you could go
Yeah.
to it like a tunnel window. or
Well,
Now
call
you
or
get
do
that
whatever you need to
stick out.
do after you register and say, look, I'm going in the summer and I'm already in classes. I want to make sure I get the ball rolling on my financial aid. So financial aid usually does not pay for summer.
So they're not, but I have to figure out what kind of loans are eligible, because I haven't had anyone and stuff, and I would.
Then you need to go by financial aid or call them or set up an appointment 2 or 3 weeks. You need to be going by there now and be setting it up, because it takes 6 weeks for something to go through. So 6 to 8 weeks, that's usually the deal. But March 10th, there was something else I wanted to mention, and I can't remember what it was, but make sure you get all this taken care of for March 10th. I go through this with all my students, and I'll have some deadhead walk it. And let me ask you something. This is for summer and fall. What happens between spring and summer, summer and fall and spring? What happens between those semesters? Where do teachers go? We go home. We have a break. The rule is when students aren't here, we're not here. And they try to keep us here, but we do get a break between, just like y'all do. So don't be the deadhead that comes up. And I used to give Hobie a hard time. Some of you know Hobie Miller. I give him a hard time because he was like me. He came up here one time, and during Christmas break, the longest break that we had, and Hobie was my advisor. And he's on my Facebook, so I'll probably end up hearing about this. Somebody will tell me. But anyway, Hobie didn't do this. And I kept mentioning it every class, and he was in 2 or 3 of my classes. And I kept saying, y'all need to come by, y'all need to come by. Well, Hobie decided, bump it. And he shows up on December the 10th. And guess what? Classes were over on December the 8th. And nobody was here. I mean, it was like the lady downstairs, Joe, was here. And it was like you know what wind sounds? I mean, crickets. I mean, there was nobody here. You know what he had the nerve to tell? He told the secretary downstairs that he needs to register for classes, and he don't understand why Hubert's not here. And he got all pissy and moany and all this. Buddy, I got a phone call from Joe who said, this student just blessed me out and blah, blah, blah. I said, who was it? And when she said Hobie Miller, I got on the phone. I called Hobie up, and I said, what the hell? And that's what I said. I said, how dare you? I said, I have been advertising in my classroom for 4 weeks for you to go by and see your advisor. Oh, who's your advisor, Hobie? You. I said, yes. And then you want to bless me out and bless Tri-County out because you're too lazy to go by and get your stuff done? I guess it's my fault. Yes, it is your fault. I said, take responsibility and go by and see your advisor. And anyway, the whole thing is I had to set up an appointment with him the next week. And I had to come up here. But I met him halfway. I said, I will do it, but you're going to have to meet me. I'm not doing it over the phone because you're too lazy. You're going to have to bring your butt back up to my office and do it. And yes, I did get a little personal with him because I knew him for 2 or 3 semesters, and he's a good guy, except he's just what? Lazy. And lazy, the early bird gets the worm. And if you're lazy, eventually you're just going to turn into a sandbagger because you're not going to get anything, you're not going to get any classes, you're going to end up getting the afternoon classes, and you're going to get bitter, and then you're going to get mad at Tri-County and the Russians and everybody else, and then you're going to eventually what? Quit. And you're going to blame it on Tri-County Tech, which all in all is your responsibility to get this done. Okay? I think I'm through with my soapbox. Every time I think about Hubie doing that, it just makes me mad. Every time I see him, I throw a brick at him. Huh?
You're supposed to give
Yeah.
a chocolate.
Yeah, and a trophy.
Exactly.
Okay, who else got questions? Miss Bennett, you awful quiet. You need to get some code red. Oh gosh, no. Okay, y'all done? You good? Now you know how to find your advisor. You know how to and what to do. Don't go in there acting all stupid. Okay? And don't go up to the door and do this. Knock on the door.
Even if it's open?
Yeah. I hate people come up there. I'm working and they go to.
Oh, I thought I just said it back against the door.
No, you said hey.
Hey.
I'd rather you do that than. Okay. Now we're done with that. And I have to do this because if I don't. Okay. Now I've covered everything but the last section. Now, I'm not going to give a test. Test is next week, but I'm going to go ahead and cover the last section. If I could work I can't work this. There we go. Yeah. And that is permutations and combinations. And I meant to tell you also, I'm teaching, they offered one math class at this campus next semester. Yeah. You need to go downstairs and tell the director that, because the director needs to have complaints. Because what's happening is, are not offering classes here because it's too much trouble to offer classes. That's basically what everything's offered at Pendleton. Huh? Hold on just a second. I'll give y'all a class. Give you a class right quick.
Are they doing it to the other campuses?
Mm-hmm. All right, we got to close the session. Okay, we got to close the blunt session. All right, these are on your calculator. You got to look for them. Usually they're under math, probability, and then NCR and then PR. Now, the formula is in your book. I'm not going to give you the formula. Is combination spelled right? Or
No.
it's supposed to be an I. There. Combination. All right. If you want to look at the formula, then knock yourself out. But I'm not going to talk about the formula because if you use Excel, you can use the word combine. I think it's without the E. If you here is permute. And this is where you use the factorial key. In the formula, you use the factorial key. I'm not even going to cover it. But factorial, 6 factorial is equal to 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 7 factorial is equal to 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Wherever it shows up in the sequence, it's multiplied by everything preceding that number. Okay? That's what factorial is, and these two formulas use factorial, but I'm not going through the formulas. They're in your book. You can look at them. If you need to do them by hand, you need to be good at it, but all your calculators, even the TI-30 has it above two of the numbers. You get second function and then NPR and then CR is down there somewhere around the decimal, somewhere around there. And if you don't, I have a calculator. I think I gotta put some batteries in it, but you can use it during the test or whatever. Just obtain a calculator, share a calculator, or borrow a calculator for the test, because there's no sense in using the formula. When do you use combinations? Well, you use combinations when there's no order. Lottery, that's your number one test question. Lottery does not have any order. Permutations, you're going to be using with boards, with officers. That's usually with horse races. Why? Because they are both answers in what? Order. Officer, president, vice president, those are order. First, second, third, fourth, horse races, or any kind of race. Asking for order. Committee members. Committee members do not have order. Committee members are just members on the committee. Now, how do you use NPR and CNR, NCR? Well, N is always your biggest number. On the lottery, you can pick 1 through 59. Well, 59 would be your N. Okay? C means combination, and R is the set or outcome. How many numbers are on the Powerball? Well, there's 5 numbers. Okay, so 5 would be R. There's 5 places for those numbers. Okay? So with the Powerball, 59 numbers, combination of 5 places. And that'll give you how many combinations there are to that Powerball. Okay? But what we're going to do, let's see, I may not have enough time. Let's see, what time's class over? 11? Okay, good, we're good. Let's go to our handy dandy South Carolina lottery. South Carolina Education Lottery. And why they couldn't get a longer address, that's not it. You just pull up Powerball. Well, that's good enough. Powerball, where's how to play? I guess it's right here. This is not the one I want, but okay. There it is. It's supposed to say how to play. How to play. Education. I thought that's what I pulled up. All right, Powerball, how to play. All right, read that right there, or here it is, read this. And then I want you to plug in the numbers where you need to plug them in. Just that first part, I'll blow it up. So select 5 different numbers. 5 would be R. From 1 to 69. 69 would be N. Blah, 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 blah. One number from 1 to what? 26. So that'd be 26 combination of 1. But what do you do with all that information? Well, in order to win the lottery, you have to what? Buy a ticket. Okay, now, if the question does not say how many tickets you bought, and it asks you what the probability of winning is, it's assuming that you are buying one ticket, unless it's otherwise specified. So, anything that you come up with is going to have to be put under 1 because you bought one what? Ticket. 1 in how many chances?
You have a work email.
What we do is we take the 1, and I'm going to erase the permutations right quick. Hope y'all wrote down those numbers. The first was 69 combination 5 and 26 combination of 1. So here's how you would do it as far as the probability. Blowing this stuff up. So you buy a ticket, and then you got to multiply because you got to have the 5 numbers, and you got to have what? The Powerball, Hubert. That's right. So combination, 69 combination of 5, and 26 combination of 1. So let's take our handy dandy calculator and do that. So, take out my handy dandy calculator. As soon as I can find it. There it is.
So 5 at a time is 69, 68, 67, so forth and so on.
What? I'm sorry.
Record you did. 69,
Combination of 5.
5 taken.
In other words, there's 69 numbers that can be used in those 5 slots without replacement. Because once you pull a number, that number goes in the slot. So that's why the combination, that's why you do the factorial. 69 times 68 times 67 times, that's why it goes down 1 each time. All right, so 1, I'm not going to do 1, I'm just going to do the bottom part. So I think it's under math, probability. Yeah, there it is, 3. So I type in my number, 69, math, probability, NCR 5. Enter. Write that number down. I'm going to score it. Stove, you know where you get bread at the stove? Stove, alpha, and we'll call that our first number, F. Enter. Okay, now we're going to do the second one, which should be 26. And then I type in second entry, because I don't want to type it in again. And I type in 26 combination of 1, which should be 26. And then multiply that by alpha F. Write that number down because that's your answer. 1 out of 292 million? I can't. Where is it? There it is. 292 billion? No, million. 292 million. 201,338. Now, if you was to do that, with your calculator, take your handy dandy calculator, and say 1 divided by second answer equals 3.4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's your probability of winning Powerball lottery. I remember when the lottery came to South Carolina. I can't remember the year, but it was between the year that Hodges was either governor or going to be governor, and Beasley was voted out or in. Yeah, somewhere right in there. It was during a gubernatorial election, and it was between Hodges and Beasley, or Beasley and Hodges. I can't remember which one went out and which one went in, but they were both on TV going, you know how I feel about the lottery. But if the people of South Carolina, they both were saying the same thing, the political answer. You know how I feel about the lottery, but if you want, South Carolina wants lottery. But why was everybody raising all kinds of sin about the lottery? Because we are all stupid in South Carolina, okay? That's why. And we had to tell all these people from outside of South Carolina had to come in and save us from ourselves because we were so stupid. We were going to take all our paycheck, and the kids were going to run around the store with diapers on, and we were going to give all our money away to the lottery because we're all stupid people in South Carolina and Mississippi, okay? So we're all toothless and stupid, and we have to have all these people come in to save us from the lottery. Well, because they thought that Bubba that went out, let me just show you this on a spreadsheet. We said that Bubba was just going to go out, and Bubba, he wouldn't buy one ticket. He'd buy 10, and then he'd buy 100, and then he'd buy 1,000, and then he'd buy 10,000, right? And then 100,000, and then 10. Let's see, what's after 100,000? 500,000, 500,000, and then what? 1,000,000, and 1.5 million. And then 2 million. Let's see what his probability would be.
So Bubba was
Huh? Well, Bubba's ignorant. Okay, Bubba's stupid because he lives in South Carolina. So we know that the let me just bring this down. And let's put that the N is what? 69. N is equal to 69. I can't type. And N is equal to 26. 26? Yeah. And of course, the Powerball is the white ball is just equal to 5. And the Powerball itself is equal to 1. So we take that into account. And we say that the first one is equal to 69. Well, combine, COMBIN. There it is. And it's supposed to ask for parentheses. 69.5, right? 69, comma 5. And then the same thing, Control C, Control V, and then change this one to 26, combination of 1, which would be 26. And then we take this guy equals this number divided by parentheses this number locked times this number locked. F4, Control there, and enter. And then we change this and this format, numbers. Let's take it to 24 decimal places. There. And we can shorten it a little bit now. And then we copy that down. And let's add 3 million while we're at it. There we go. So, the reason that South Carolinians have to have help from outside is because we can't control ourselves and we're all stupid. So, Bubba goes out and buys 1 ticket, and then he buys 10, and then he gets irritated and he's stupid because he's from South Carolina. So, he goes out and buys $1 million worth of tickets. And he still has what? 0 chance. Why? Because we read everything to the 100th position. Everything in dollars and cents to the 100th. So whether you buy 1 ticket or whether you buy 2 million tickets or 1 million tickets, your chances are still what? 0%. So who's more stupid? Bubba buying 1 million tickets or the person buying 1 ticket? The one buying 1 million. Okay? So that's how you do combinations. Joel Berkeley, he was one of my math teachers at Clemson, and he wrote a book about the lottery and about gambling. I can't remember his last name. I want to say Berkeley, but Brawley, Joel Brawley, Dr. Brawley. He's about this tall, and his name is Joel Brawley, B-R-A-W-L-E-Y. He's dead now, I think. And he wrote a book about that. He presented at Truck County a long time ago, and he was talking about this right here and how the 0 doesn't change until you get up to $1,500,000. Now, you could say, well, Hubert, it does get better. You're talking about 600ths. Okay? We don't even measure that, okay? It's all in the tenths and the hundredths, and you have a 0% chance up until 1,500,000 tickets. Well, technically 1 million tickets fall. Now you have a 1% chance because the 6 rounds up to a 1. So you technically could say it goes up when you buy 2 million tickets. Yeah, buy 2 million tickets to win a $5 million lottery. That's smart. I don't have $2 million just to throw away. I'm sorry. But if I did have, what is it now, 430, I went by and bought some this morning, $430 million, yeah, I'd go out and throw $1 million toward winning the other lottery because I'd have money to burn. Okay? But, no, actually I'd be in Atlanta buying bulldozers and stuff. Okay. And that's, you need to write that down because that's how you do. This is a test question. What is the probability of winning the lottery? And they'll give you some different numbers. Okay? Question. Okay, that's the last. So we've gone over everything now for chapter 6. Is it chapter 6 or 7? 7. So I want y'all this weekend to go home and get all this homework done and send in questions. Ask my instructor, and I will spend Tuesday. Is this Tuesday or Thursday class? The Monday. Monday, I'll go over all questions, and if I don't have any questions, that means I'll post what? The tests Monday, and that means your homework needs to be finished. And everybody's here today, so I'm going to just count everybody here. Y'all have a good weekend. I'll try. Y'all go down. Y'all write that email.